Well, a young Australian businessman has made headlines after revealing the reason his rental application had been rejected. The 25-year-old Melbourne-based CEO explained that after a successful viewing, his age and relationship status had been called into question.
But I think you could probably...
Wow, let's get some more. We're joined by B105 Brisbane Radio Host Stav Davidson and 7 News presenter Gemma Acton. Good morning to you both. Hey, Stav, first up, where do you stand on this? Should your relationship status affect your ability to rent a place?
Well, of course not. No, and young and single is no reason to deny someone a house. He must have looked like a real party animal and he just thought, no, this kid is going to ruin this apartment. But we know how hard it is out there to get a rental place at the moment, just adding these barriers. And it is actually illegal to discriminate against people for those sort of things. So I don't know why the real estate told him out loud that that was what he was doing, because there should be recrimination for this.
Gemma, I would call into question how dirty my carpet was going to get, given the way he was eating that frappe. Like, I reckon I would ban him on that alone. But we know
so that's frappe discrimination.
Did you see it? That would have gone all over my carpet if I was a landlord.
I think I would try and do a better video where I looked absolutely perfect if I was going to be making that case.
Exactly. But, I mean, should landlords have the right to want more mature tenants?
I just think people should keep up with the latest stats, because we know that younger people don't party these days. They're not drinking, they're not having sex, it's all flipped. There's much more concern that they're staying inside too much and staying online, so online gaming, social media, that sort of thing. So the old traditional association of having younger people who are having like wild party nights is just not the case anymore. It's just not backed up by statistics. So, yeah, I think they should need to rethink that.
Who conducted the survey that concluded that young people weren't drinking and having sex?
The Australian Bureau of Statistics, and you're getting the same statistics over in the US. It's,
is that right?
Yeah, it's all changed because of being online.
Oh, we had it good, didn't we, back in the day?
They wanted to. Cold Chisel just brought it all back a few months ago.
Moving on, a rising number of parents are preparing to stay nearby their children during Schoolies Week celebrations. There have been a number of incidents in recent years for the post-exam celebrations that take place on the East Coast and other international destinations. Now, it comes with the news that pill testing services will still be available on the Gold Coast, despite the government saying it sends the wrong message. Gemma, would you camp close to your kids so you can check in on them?
Absolutely not. I was one of those people who went to Schoolies, had a great time, but then actually came back early just because I'd had enough. And I had parents who gave me a very long rope. Like, I had a lot of freedom to do what I wanted, and I think that worked. I think, you know, I didn't find it like the one chance to party in my entire teen years. So by that stage, I liked partying and I knew my limits, and so I would hope to do the same thing with my kids. And back to the online comment again, there's a saying out there that we're overprotected in the real world and underprotected online, and I've got to say, I'm much more worried about my kids sitting in their bedroom all day long and me not knowing who they're talking to than actually being out there. So, yeah, that is a risk, of course, like what could go wrong at Schoolies, but so is being online at home.
Yeah. Stav, I have heard there's this thing called Moolies, which is mothers of Schoolies, and then the mums...
Did you go?
No, I did not go on a moolie trip, but such a thing exists, I do know that. Stav, are the parents taking away from their child's independence?
Well, I think so. I mean, you've got to look at it. You raised them, so if you don't trust them to go out into the world by themselves, then that's kind of on you. And, yeah, there is the Moolies, and actually Abby, my co-host, her mother's group went down with their daughters to Schoolies, and they were 100% worse than the students were. But we actually talked about this on the show, and one of the callers had a genius idea. She actually paid for her daughter and her friend to go on a cruise, because it's all supervised. They'll cut you off if you drink too much, and you have to go through customs before you get on, so it's completely safe.
That's great. I want to go on Grulies.
Grandpas?
Yeah, grandpas.
I've actually heard
just hang out at the local
some Woolies trips, they don't actually invite the kids, so the mothers just go by themselves.
Oh, that's right, but the mothers set themselves up, like, within striking distance.
But not always. Some go somewhere completely different, just an excuse to go away.
Yeah,
I
the
think
kids go to the Gold Coast, the mothers go to Thailand.
Exactly.
So they're close. All right.
Finally, superstar Kelly Clarkson has sparked the age-old festive decoration debate after admitting that she had a dedicated Christmas room in her house that remains decorated all year round. The singer revealed the unusual tradition on a recent episode of her talk show, explaining that the festive room is a place where the family can enjoy dancing to holiday music right throughout the year. Stav, what a stupid... Are you a fan of this idea?
Well, no. Does she stop at other holidays? Does she have a Halloween room and an Easter room? And like Larry said earlier, if you can afford to have a room in your house that's just Christmas and she shuts the door, she only opens it in November, someone needs to tell Kyle from the first story that she's got a room he can rent.
Yes.
That's right. Hey, Gemma, the singer also stated that as of the 1st of November should be the beginning of the festive season, right? This is highly controversial. How early do decorations go up in your household, and what does the Australian Bureau of Statistics
I think
say?
in this case, Kelly just wanted an excuse to use that room for at least 2 or 3 months a year.
You're
because
right.
if she didn't want to leave it closed for another month. And I've got to admit, some things you've got to accept that some people are always going to be better at. My mother is always going to be the best person at Christmas decorations I can ever imagine, so I don't actually do my own. I've got to say, our house doesn't get them at all. We don't have the time.
But now you've got the little kiddies.
I know.
I reckon you'll change.
No, we'll just go to Melbourne earlier and see.
That's right.
That would be the change.
That's easier. All right. Thank you, guys. Good fun.
Thanks, Stav. Thanks, Gemma.